Hey everyone, good to see you today. I want to just start by sharing with you some things that I don't really understand. I don't understand why Hawaii has an interstate highway system. I don't understand why a round pizza comes in a square box. I don't understand why drive-up ATMs have Braille on them. Have you ever wondered why your refrigerator has a light inside, but your freezer doesn't? And one thing that has always mystified me is why can my wife not put on mascara with her mouth closed? Like, these may be things that you wonder about, but something even bigger. There's been a large portion of my life in which I wondered, why am I here? What is the purpose for my life on this earth? And it might be a question that you've asked before. Maybe even today you're wondering, what is my purpose in this world? Why has God redeemed me? What does God want to do with me? Yesterday we started through the book of 1 Peter. And in chapter 1, verse 1, Peter tells us that we are aliens, we're strangers, we're pilgrims in this world. And I talked about how we shouldn't really focus on the values of this world and the things of this world, because we have an inheritance in our home as believers in heaven that is undefiled, will not fade away. And we need to be focused on those things that last for eternity. And if that's true, what is the purpose that God has for us in this world? Well, in 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 11, Peter continues on this theme. He says, "Dear friends, I urge you, as aliens and strangers in the world." He says, really, we're just passing through here. So I'm urging you as these type of people to abstain from sinful desires. Right? We have that desire in our heart to do things that are contrary to our nature as children of God. And he says, abstain from sinful desires which war against your soul. He uses that word war. Have you ever thought about war? What's the purpose of war? War is to kill people and break things. We have desires in our world that want to destroy our soul. And then he goes on in verse 12, and he says, live such good lives. As you abstain from evil, live such good lives among the pagans, that though they accuse you of doing wrong, they may see your good deeds and glorify God. He wants us to live in such a way that an unbelieving world sees the way we live, and as a result will draw them to himself. There's a few assumptions that I think Peter's making when he writes this. Number one, he's assuming that we are going to be around people who don't know Jesus. He assumes that we are going to live in such a way that's going to show them that we are not residents of this world. And he's going to use us to draw people to himself. There's three things I think that you and I can do. Number one is begin to live differently. An unbelieving world is watching you and I as followers of Jesus. They're waiting for us to mess up. They're waiting for them so they can point their finger at us. And so live differently. Peter says, act differently, think differently, respond differently, live differently. Number two is, I think we need to pray fervently. Pray for those who are around us, our friends, our relatives, our associates, our neighbors. Pray that they would come to faith in Jesus Christ. And then number three is share passionately. Share with your friends, your relatives, your associates, your neighbors. Share with them the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. You see, that's a purpose that he still has us here to do, to take the gospel to the uttermost parts of the earth. And so I want to encourage you, as you live as a foreigner, as a stranger, as an alien in this world, live in such a way that an unbelieving world would see that you are a follower of Jesus.